Okay, so here we are at the second part of these notes. Won't be too super duper long. What I'd like for you to do though for this one, since you know how to solve equations, and we've done it for inequalities as well, take a moment and try to solve number 10 by yourself and then graph it. Press pause while you do that and then check back with me for your answer. Okay, so double check your work with mine. I added 7, and then because I divided by a -4, I remember to flip my arrow. Check yours to make sure that it's now pointing to the right, only because we divided by a negative number for that one. Okay, the next thing I want to do is look at my graph, and I put an open circle here at -5 because it's not equal to, and because my arrow is pointing to the right, I'm going to shade to the right for that one. Finished. The next one I'll work through with you. There's a few steps on here, so I want to make sure that we do it. You see how it says if possible here? I don't know, maybe it won't be possible. Let's check it out and see. So 3 times j and 3 times 1 distributing, I get 3j plus 3 is less than 3j, and then these two are like terms. So 3 minus 5 is -2. Now I'm going to get my variables on the left and my numbers on the right. So I'm going to minus 3j, minus 3j. This is 0 now, and I have 3 is less than -2. Is 3 less than -2? Not so much. So I'm going to say no solution for that one. No solution. If it was a true statement here, like 3 is greater than -2, then I would say all real numbers. But because it's not, I'm going to go with a no on that one. If you're feeling good about this, you can go ahead and pause for number 12 and then check your work with mine once you're done. I'm going to distribute though, and I get -6n plus 3 is greater than or equal to 1. And here are two like terms for me to combine. And when I do, I get -8n. And then I'm going to move my variable to the left side. So I'm going to add 8n and add 8n. So I get 2n plus 3 is greater than or equal to 1. Subtracting 3 on both sides, I get 2n is greater than or equal to -2. Divide by 2 and divide by 2. And I get n is greater than or equal to -1. Notice for this one, I didn't switch my arrow. And I didn't switch my arrow because I didn't divide by a negative number or multiply by a negative number. Okay, keeping it moving. Sorry, that's not working out for me. Translate the verbal phrase into an inequality. Then solve the inequality and graph your solution. So number 5, twice the sum, and I'm sorry, I know that the numbers are super off and it's kind of weird, but you know, it happens. Twice the sum of x and 8 is greater than or equal to -36. So I'm saying twice the sum, that's important as well, of x and a number is, this is important, greater than or equal to, this should be circled to, -36. So twice, if I'm twice your age, and for you all, I'm not, I'm more than twice your age. Wow. So twice, then that means I'm going to have to multiply something times 2, because it's twice something. So twice what? Twice the sum of x and 8. So remember, sum means addition. So what am I adding? X and 8. So x plus 8 is greater than or equal to. So greater than or equal to. If this was less than, my arrow would point to the left. Less than left. It kind of works out wonderfully that way. Is greater than or equal to what? -36. So from here, I'm going to solve this now, because that was one of the things that they want me to do. Translate. Done. So now I'm going to solve this equation. I'm just giving myself a little bit more room to write. You don't have to rewrite this if you don't write really big. So I'm going to distribute, and I get 2x plus 16 is greater than or equal to -36. And then I'm going to subtract 16, and I get 2x is greater than or equal to, this is a 2, carry it, 52, and it's negative. So divide by 2 and divide by 2. X is greater than or equal to -26. So you go to your graph, put a -26, and this will be closed because it's equal to, and then you're going to shade to the right on that one because your arrow is pointing to the right. There you go. Next, problem solving. Dun dun dun. I think you guys are doing pretty well with this though. So a water park charges $12 for admissions. That's important. $12 for admissions and $5 to park your vehicle. Write in an inequality that represents the possible number of people that could go for $50. What is the maximum number of people that can go? So for this problem, I'm going to ask you to assume that your car can hold as many people as you want to bring. I know it's not realistic, but otherwise this problem gets into a different variable, and that's not what I want us to do. Not yet. Not till chapter 12. I mean chapter 7. So here's the thing. We're going to the water park, and they are charging me $12, and I have $50 to spend, and I have to also spend some money to park my car as well. You guys hear that tapping? It's because my pin's not working. See, it disappears. Let's try to fix. Okay, no more tapping. It's fixed. So what is the maximum number of people that can go? So let's think about how much money we have. We have $50 to spend. So whatever I end up paying, it has to be less than or equal to $50. So we're going to end up paying $12 for admissions. It's $12 per person, but we don't know how many people are going. So I'm going to let that be X. X is the number of people. So I'm going to pay $12 per person, so that's going to be 12X. Plus, I'm going to pay $5 just to park my car. That's my inequality that represents this. $12 for admissions plus $5 for my car. Could be a big car, could be a van, could be an Escalade. You don't really know how I roll. So then you're going to subtract 5 and subtract 5 from both sides. And I just crossed off my 5. And you get 12x is less than or equal to 45. From here, you're going to divide by 12 and divide by 12. X is less than or equal to, I don't know, 3 and some change. Let's use a calculator to divide 45 by 12. And when you do that, you get 3.75. Now, here's the thing. No matter how tall or short or big or large your friends might be, they're not going to charge you for 0.75 of a person. So I'm going to have to say that the maximum number of people is going to be 3. Because you can't round off to the highest person for that one. You can't go with 4 people because you won't have enough money. The max number of people that can go is 3. So this short person here is just not going to be able to go. It's okay because they won't be able to pass the height requirements. That's kind of mean, and I apologize for my vertically challenged students for that one. Okay, that's it for me. Do the homework, which is listed on your homework assignment sheet for 6.1 and 6.3. It's listed under assignment number 1. Thank you much, and I'll see you in class.